my channel. This is Designs by Emma and I'm Emma. Today we will be using our Instantpot Pro Crisp and Air Fryer to make a really simple cheesy pasta dish. This is brilliant for using any leftover vegetables you have in the fridge. So in this bowl here I have some celery, some leek and some courgette. We also have pasta. I'm using fusilli. We've got 4 cups worth, so it's sort of a rough cup. Make sure it's packed in there. And we want equal parts liquid to pasta. So I have 4 cups of pasta. I'm going to do 2.5 cups of vegetable stock and 1.5 cups of milk. And that will make sure that everything cooks through. I've also got some herbs. So I've got paprika, I have garlic granules, and I have mustard. As you can see, the pot is turned on. We're going to press saute, which is here. We're going to drop our vegetables in. No oil or anything needed. That all goes straight in there. Just want to get a little bit of heat built up in the pot. So we'll leave those for maybe 3 or 4 minutes. I know it's 30. We'll press start and that will crack on doing it. So as you can see, the vegetables have had about 4 minutes plus a minute or 2 as the pot was coming to temperature. I never wait for it to stay hot. Should do, but I don't. I'm just that sort of cook. I've stirred them periodically. There's ever so slight dark bits on the bottom, but we're going to deglaze that now. So as I said, we have 4 cups of pasta, so we're going to want 4 cups total of liquid. I'm going to use 2.5 cups of water, so I'm going to use half a cup now to deglaze my pan. So deglazing is where you use a small amount of liquid and basically cleaning the bottom of the pot. Just making sure there's no dark spots, nothing that's caught or that is going to interfere with the sensors. So that is that. Yeah, nothing else is stuck to the bottom of the pan. We're going to pop in our seasoning. So I'm going to use a teaspoon of each of these 3. So we have our paprika first. I'm going to leave saute on just because it's going to warm that water through. So we've got a teaspoon of paprika. We have a teaspoon of garlic. Need some more garlic, it's getting quite low. These are generous teaspoons, I have to say. And I'm going to do a teaspoon of mustard. This is new, so it's probably going to leak a little bit. And let's see. That's about a teaspoon. We're going to mix that in. Disperse those flavourings around among the vegetables. Next, we are going to press cancel. We're going to tip our pasta in the pot. We're going to add the stock cube. I haven't pre-made my stock. Sometimes I do if I remember, but when it's quick tea, it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to crumble my stock cube in. We've already had half a cup of water in there, so I'm going to have another 2 cups of water. So that's 1 cup and 2 cups. And then I'm going to do a 1.5 cups of milk. I got semi-skimmed milk. Whole milk works better, but to be honest, we never really have it in. So semi works fine. Like I said, about 1.5 cups of that. We're going to give this a quick mix. And just so you know, the liquid just about covers the pasta, which is what you want. So the lid is going to go on. And with the Pro Crisp, we have this handy little marker here, lined up, seals straight away, and the Pro Crisp self-seals. So when you're cooking pasta, the general rule of thumb is whatever your packet says for the cooking time, mine says 8 to 10 minutes. You're going to take that lower temperature, you're going to half it and take off a minute. So for me, it would be 8, halved, which is 4, take off a minute, so 3 minutes. So I'm going to press pressure cook. We want it on high. We're going to change this time to 3 minutes, and we're going to press start. And then when this is cooked, when it's fully come to pressure, when it's cooked and counted down fully, I'm going to let it naturally pressure release for probably 3 minutes or so, just so all those starches can settle a bit, otherwise we're going to get a lot of splatter. It might look curdled when I take the lid off, but a quick mix, and when we pop the cheese in, everything will be fine. So come back when this is done. Welcome back. As you can see, I put the lights on because the sunshine's gone in now. So as you can see by the display panel here, the cooking time is finished. We're now on keep warm and it's just gone to 3 minutes. So I am going to switch flick the switch from seal to vent. If I get any splatter, I'm going to pop that back just to stop any spray getting on my side. But to be honest, we'll give it time to settle, we should be good. So, fingers crossed. And on the Pro Crisp, we have this really nice little diffuser. So instead of getting that big jet of steam, it makes it a bit more gentle and a lot less scary. So we're just getting a bit of starch coming out the top, but the diffuser's keeping hold of it. So I'm going to let it carry on. A couple of drops over the side, but not much. Can happen with starchy foods such as pasta and rice, which is why I tend to give it that couple of minutes just to settle down. If it was any more than this, like I said, I would pop that switch back, leave it another minute or so, just let it calm down in the pot, because inside here there's a lot of pressure built up, and that pressure's got to go somewhere and it's going to bring the starch with it. Calming down now means the pressure is almost fully released. I'm going to grab a tea towel. As I said, when this has fully released its pressure, take the lid off, and I'm going to tilt it. I might need to wipe the side a bit because there is a little bit of starchy water. Technically stop, I suppose. I have seen some people give the advice of popping a tea towel over the top. Please do not do that, it is dangerous. It's not advised by Instantpot. I definitely wouldn't advise it. Just pop that switch back, honestly, it's the best thing you can do. So the pin has dropped, I can easily turn the lid, gonna tilt it, and the juice has actually gone brilliantly into the reservoir today, no drippage. So that's going to go on there, and I'm going to give my pasta a mix. You can see on the lid where the pressure has brought up all those seasonings. That's looking good. A little bit of water in there, which is exactly what we want, because the cheese is going to melt into the water and gives a nice stringy cheesiness, which my daughter loves. So in here I've grated a cup and a half, about 100 grams of mature cheddar. I'm going to pop that in, give it a mix, let that melt into it a little bit. You can use any cheese at all that you like. In our house we tend to like the mature cheddar for the flavour, the mozzarella for the stringiness, and sometimes add a bit of parmesan. A few tablespoons of parmesan really gives it a bit of bite. So I'm going to use about a cup and a half of grated mozzarella. Yes, I'm lazy. Yes, I buy mozzarella pre-grated. So that's a cup. Pop that in. And about a half a cup. A little bit more than half a cup. We'll have a super stringy one today. Stir that bit in first. This recipe is roughly based on Jason's mac and cheese recipe. You can find it online. Google Jason's mac and cheese. I know lots of people absolutely love it, and it's exactly where it came from, but we tweaked it a bit to our family's tastes. And like I said, I whack in any vegetables I have. It's not appetising, but I call it fridge gravel food, because it's any vegetables that are left over at the end of the week. So that is all mixed in brilliantly. You're going to see how stringy this is now. I've got a bowl here, and I'm going to take super stringy, cheesy vegetable pasta. Couple of nice spoonfuls. Ooh. Just like that.